Welcome, Taurus. This is your monthly focus for November 2022. I'm Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. So let's just peek at the astrology really fast. We start with the full moon in Taurus, your sign, on November the 8th, okay, at 16 degrees of Taurus. This is a full moon lunar eclipse. This is where you are still the caterpillar, or you're in between the caterpillar and the butterfly. You're feeling intense pressure. You're feeling like things are going to be changing in your life. And you're right. Okay? The moon sets with Uranus in your sign. So things could change so quickly in your life. And you wanted to change towards your happiness. It's about your inner child. It's about your emotions. It's about how you feel about things and really analyzing that and understanding it. It can have a lot to do with your relationships and yourself as an individual, and really looking at the balance in relationships and where that balance needs to be in order for you to feel content, happy, and grow that relationship deeper. So don't be surprised if certain people walk out of your life around this time and new people begin to enter it. Absolutely. On the 16th, Venus moves into Sagittarius. On the 17th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. And on the 23rd, we have the Sun entering Sagittarius. Or I believe that's the 22nd. I'm sorry. And then on the 23rd is the new moon in Sagittarius. It is really about getting to the truth of things. It's about understanding things clearly, precisely. When it comes to your voice, what you are talking about, what you are professing, what you are trying to explain to others, what you are creating, your passions, your dreams, your desires, everything you're talking about. And there has to be this strong truth in just about everything that you talk about. It also comes that way for you in love. You scratch beneath the surface of your relationships and really look at them in profound ways through the month of November. We also have, on top of everything, well, we have a couple of things actually happening. We have, first of all, we have Saturn and Uranus talking continually throughout the month. So this could be you're redefining who you are in your profession. Maybe your stature in the community. Maybe you're looking at starting a new business. Maybe you're looking at changing jobs. Maybe you're looking at going for a promotion. Something that suits your passions, your talents, your abilities. And also brings in money. And so you can make a very strong path when it comes to your career, when it comes to creating money in your life. So definitely meditate on that, pray on that, contemplate that throughout the month of November. You'll be glad you did. Because that new moon in Sag will be happening along with the Sun and Venus and Mercury all in there having a party. And that really is about, exploring new realms of information, of gaining new knowledge and understanding, taking trips to things that immersing yourself in new cultures, new languages, experiencing different things, new things. And really branching out from maybe where you were feeling safe. Remember, you are in between being the caterpillar to the butterfly. So what is that called? The chrysalis stage? And so it's hard. It's hard. And, if you ever seen a butterfly trying to escape that, you want to cut it out. You want to help it. But it's actually the struggle that makes their wings so strong, because every time they have to move their wings a little bit, it cracks open that chrysalis that they're in, and it pumps blood into the wings, and the wings become strong and powerful so you can fly. So that any challenges that come your way throughout the month of November, embrace them. You'll be so, so, so glad you did. Let it flow through you. Any conflict, any chaos, any situations coming up. You can handle it. It's there to make those wings strong. It's enabling you to fly in a whole new direction, up, up, up and away. Okay, let's get to the cards here. We also have Mars. Mars is in your money sector. So when it comes to your money, when it comes to, you're looking at where you've invested money, how you spend money, what you use your money on, how you bring your money in. New ways of creating money is not so much there as what have I done in the past and how can I morph that into something greater, something better. How can I apply my principles that I did here with my money and move it bigger and better? So it's in some ways looking at your past steps, especially over the last several months, of how you've been managing your money, how you've been creating your money, what you value. And that could have a strong impact on the relationships, growing the relationships deeper. Okay. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. First of all, we'll see the shadow card. The shadow card is you are going to understand by the end of the month that things that you never thought were within your reach are definitely within your reach. In fact, they were put there waiting for you to reach out for them. They are on your path. So I would have to say this is in relationships and finances for you. Absolutely. It is also about the person that you are becoming, the reality that you are creating. Okay, so this could be the beginning stages of your best life ever. The metamorphosis of that happening in your life. And you're going to find out that where people have told you, no, you can't do that. You don't have this ability. You don't have this strength. You're better suited for this. This is more practical. Whatever they told you, okay? You see a situation. When you see a situation, you can imagine what that situation could become in a way that nobody else can do right now. So don't focus on what you can't do, but realize all the things that you can do. That is what this card is telling you. The card underneath it, look at the card underneath it, is the Page of Swords. Isn't that funny? That one was kind of upside down there. The Page of Swords is here. So we may want to just jump into things, and this card is really taking a risk on yourself, really, changing the energy in the way, in the direction that you want. Pray on it. Definitely talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides when this card comes out, because you are very connected to the spiritual realm. That curtain is very thin for you, so you can talk to the cosmos, talk to the universe, talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, past loved ones even, to get some advice before you actually take those jumps. Because I really see you trying to just shake up the energy in one way or another, and spontaneity may be a part of it here. It may happen in a blink of an eye, and you've got to make some fast decisions. So it's following your gut, it's following your sage wisdom and your gut, your intuition, and really moving in the direction that you want. So yes, you could absolutely be taking a risk on yourself. When other people are saying that's not the right choice, you see it as right, and go with your gut, go with your sage wisdom over what other people are telling you. Our first card out is, look at this, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is your first card. Wow. I say no more. You are entering a new season. You are closing chapters. You may be finalizing complete books about yourself. And this is a time, you're having a full moon. Well, an eclipse, a full lunar eclipse in your sign, which means that your birthday is about 6 months away. So when you blew out those birthday candles, and I hope you blew out your birthday candles and you made at least 10 wishes on your birthday for what you want to have happen. Well, how are they progressing right now? Where is your focus been? Where does your attention need to be? And how do you move forward into new energy here? What do you want to create out of the last 6 months? Where do you want to take that energy that you have spent and propel it forward in new directions? This is new seasons in your life. This is new beginnings, new starts. New seasons. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have the Four of Swords. So if you feel like resting, I mean, right now, I tell you, especially, well, I think it's the whole month of November for you. You are going to feel this intense energy more than anybody else, really. So if you feel overwhelmed, then take a time out. Put yourself on a timeout. Take some solitude, rest, relax, restore yourself, recharge yourself. It's so vitally important as you're trying to grow those wings strong and pump them full of blood. You have to take short intervals of relaxation, or you're just going to get too worn out and you're just not going to be able to move those wings anymore because you're just too bloody tired. So it's really about rest and restoration, and also imagining that new beginning that you want to create for yourself, what you want to step into. And we have the Three of Pentacles. This is going to be a lot of work. This is not a short-term goal that you are setting for yourself. This is very long-term. So I would have to go back to your best life ever and the first steps towards your best life ever. You hold the paintbrush to your tomorrow. Okay, so here I almost envision this as this was a wall. See that wall down there? I think it went all the way up. And you are actually creating the portal of your tomorrow. Each and every step, each and every thought, each and every action or inaction is creating that doorway to walk through. So, but you hold the paintbrush. So what are you creating? What do you want to create? What do you want to bring in? How do you want to transform your world, your reality, yourself? When it comes to work and career, you're looking at the failures rather than what you can do. So maybe you have to dig deep within and really realize or re-realize your talents, your abilities. Even if somebody told you once upon a time that you didn't have a talent there, but you always were drawn to it, I think you need to explore those things within yourself. There are new roadways opening up, but you have to be looking for those paths. If you're sitting there and you're just concentrating on what is broken, what didn't fix, what didn't work, you're not going to see that pathway forward. You're not going to see those brand new opportunities for yourself. So it's really a positive mindset that you need. And when you get things like worry and concern and fear and anxiety starting to crop up in your mind, you have to say delete, delete, stop, stop, cancel, cancel. And you have to move yourself towards the positive tomorrow that you are bringing into existence, one step at a time. For love and relationships, some of these cards are a little, I'm getting sloppy here. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. You have some decisions to be making in relationships. You absolutely do. Now, here we have pentacles in each of our hands, and we have a ship coming in on each side. So this is very good omens that no matter what decision you make, it'll be the right decision, but you have to make the decision. Those boats will finally come into port, but those boats will eventually leave the port. And you need to be on one or the other boat. You can't still be standing there hoping that something great is going to happen in your life, or this relationship can grow deeper, or this relationship really, we need to have a little bit of space here. It could be groups of people, absolutely. But these, I would think, is closer to the inner circle with you. Because it does, these moons have a lot to do with your relationships. Especially for the first half of the month. And the second half is, you could meet somebody traveling, or maybe you're signing up for a class and you meet somebody through those kinds of channels. Those are the kinds of places you'll meet. It's also a place to grow a relationship in those areas. So maybe go on a trip together and reconnect. Go on maybe a second honeymoon or something like that, or maybe a first honeymoon. And get to know each other. And grow the relationship deeper and stronger, but you have to be the one making these decisions. You can't wait for them to make the decision or come up with an idea. You have to be very proactive in your relationships to steer them in the direction that you need them to go going forward. For our spirituality, look at this, the sun. Huh. So you are renewing yourself. You are reinventing yourself. You are giving birth to the new and improved you every single day this month. This is keeping the focus on you. And the more you turn your focus inwardly on what makes you happy, what drives you, what your passions are, what your dreams are, what your potential is, you will see that pathway for you with a brilliant light. Health. This is health and well-being, and this is about expanding your horizons. So it's about pushing yourself to the outer limits a little bit, challenging yourself. If you're feeling under the weather, you're feeling stressed, I don't think you're challenging yourself enough to what is out there, where you can go, where you can travel, the relationships that you can build, and those periods of rest that you need as well. Vitally important. Vitally important. And maybe you have to make some decisions about your health this month. So it could be you've always thought about doing something with your health, but people have really told you that that doesn't work. But you kind of feel that there's some basis there. Research that kind of stuff, especially when you had some naysayers telling you that it wouldn't work. This is about expanding your knowledge, your horizons on your health, on your well-being. Maybe it's a new activity that you are working into. Make sure you're eating well, make sure you're sleeping well. Okay, make sure that you are covering all the bases, that you are not taking shortcuts in your life in order to get more done. Remember, busy, busy, busy. The only thing that happens is we have to rest, rest, rest. We have to recharge. So make sure that you've got a true balance there, and you're making some strong decisions about your health going forward. If you're dealing with any kind of health problems, I think there's a lot more answers out there for you if you go in search of them. So I don't think whatever the doctor is telling you is the final here if you're not happy with it, especially. I'm not saying to go against your doctor. I'm going saying get a second opinion. Do some of your own research. Bring back some questions written down on a piece of paper to the doctor and start asking some questions, and go for a second opinion perhaps, and really see, maybe you need to scratch the surface a little bit more on what's happening. Maybe somebody's just trying to give you a band-aid for it when you need to eradicate it from its existence. So that's all there for you. Now let's get the Rose Oracle out here. And we'll see what our card is. Now these cards are kind of faint, and I'll probably switch them up, but I decided to use them again. Look at this. This card came out again, my goodness. The reunion. Soul recognition, collaboration, partnership. So the current period in history has been spoken of by the mystics of the ages. And you chose to incarnate right in the middle of it. And you didn't do so alone. We came here in waves and with joint soul missions. You were never meant to walk this life alone. And it's time to come back together. To remember that we're not in competition. Rather, we hold keys for each other. And this is the way of the rose. To bloom bravely regardless of who and what others are doing. And not be threatened when others do this alongside of you. The rose doesn't open and close according to who's walking by. She reveals her beauty to the world without waver. You're here to do just that. There are people who are at soul level, chose to walk alongside of you. But for them to find you, you must first let them see you. Reveal yourself to the world. Open your heart and mind to collaboration rather than competition. So many of us, particularly those who identify as women, have learned to be mistrustful of one another, as if we're in competition. And this card comes with a message of collaborations, partnerships, friendships, a confirmation that one or more people are entering your life. Or it could be a sign that you're being called to co-create on a project with someone you already know. So decide to bloom together. And that could be where you're analyzing your relationships the most. Now, Rose wants you to start saying that I release any old programming of competition. I open myself up to relationships and collaborations. It's safe for me to trust and co-create. It's safe for me to speak clearly. It's safe for me to set clear boundaries and collaborate. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.